Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know this is kind of a topic at the moment that is sensitive for a lot of people. I just kind of had the idea of doing this video last night. I didn't actually have this on my list of planned videos. So as you'll be able to see by the title, today in this video I'm going to be sitting down and talking to you about some things or activities that you can do while you are in isolation from the coronavirus. So there will be some things in here that you can do if you do have the coronavirus, and there'll be some things just to do if you have to stay at home and you're not allowed to go out even if you don't have the coronavirus. I just want to say I'm not an expert. I've done a little bit of research about the coronavirus but not a lot, so I don't actually know how badly it can affect people, because I personally, that I'm aware of, I am fortunate enough that I do not have the virus. So if some of these things on the list people actually can't do even if they do have coronavirus, then I'm sorry. I kind of wanted to give my ideas on some things you can do if you are bored and you're stuck at home and you're really struggling with being at home and not being able to go out and about, because I know a lot of people thrive on going out for lunches or going out shopping or just spending their day at work or outside. But I think this is quite a big thing at the moment. It is affecting the entire world. Like, I live in New Zealand, and as of today I think we have about 28 cases throughout the country, both in the North Island and the South Island, of coronavirus. So while I'm filming this, it is the 20th of March, so by the time this video goes up it could change depending what's happening. As of current, New Zealand is not in isolation or lockdown. You are only in isolation if you have the virus. However, the government is talking about closing temporarily all businesses that aren't considered of immediate importance. So I work in hospitality, so if they do decide to go through with this, my hospitality job will go. I know that a lot of people will consider caffeine a necessity, but in the eyes of the government they will not see it the same way. I'm not currently in isolation while I'm filming this, but if I was to be put in isolation, these are the type of things I would be doing, other than obviously filming and editing and uploading YouTube videos for you guys. But I just wanted to keep this quite broad just in case you don't have a YouTube channel. I know this is a very long rambly intro, but I just wanted to kind of like show you guys that being at home and being in isolation isn't actually a bad thing. Like, I think it's really important that people take time for themselves to actually just stop and kind of like recharge and just enjoy your time at home. Because for me, I love being at home because it also means that the planet is getting less polluted, so it can kind of like start to recharge back to how it used to be. Isolation doesn't have to be a bad thing. There is so much you can do at home, and we live in a day and age where obviously a lot of stuff is very accessible to us because of the internet, so we're very lucky in that sense. So I think if you are in isolation, just embrace it while you can. Hey guys, so I just wanted to quickly pop into this video just to kind of give you guys an update. I've just been sat editing the video that you're watching now. Coronavirus has gotten a lot worse in New Zealand, so I just kind of wanted to address. I'm just on the website, coronavirus website at the moment. So as of current in New Zealand we have 142 cases. It is the 24th of March today. I think I said before on the 20th we had, I think it was 28 cases, and now 4 days later we have 142 cases. Most of them have been in contact with overseas travel or have been like overseas and come back. I think there are 2 of them that they believe it is community transmission because they have no idea how they got the virus, which is not good, and it means it's spreading very quick. As of current, nobody has died, but our Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, who, may I just say, is doing a bloody fantastic job of running the country right now. She put in place an alert level system, so I just kind of wanted to quickly touch on this. Level 1 is called prepare, so it just says the disease is contained. It just says border entry measures to minimize risk of importing COVID-19 cases. I'm just like reading it off of the website. Contact tracing people that have been overseas to self-isolate and quarantine, intensive testing, physical distancing, gatherings of over 500 people outside are cancelled, to stay home if you're sick, and to just wash your hands, cough into your elbow, don't touch your face, blah blah blah. Level 2 is reduce. So when I was filming this video that you're watching now, we were at the reduced level, so we were at level 2. It just says the disease is contained but risks of community transmission are growing. So it just says entry border measure maximized, further restrictions on mass gatherings, physical distancing on public transport, limiting non-essential travel around New Zealand, employers start working alternative ways of working, which is like working from home and stuff if you can, people that are at high risk to stay home, blah blah blah. Level 3 is restrict. So basically there's 4 levels. So there's level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4. Yesterday Jacinda announced that we were at level 3 within 48 hours progressing to level 4, and level 4 is like the worst, so that's kind of how it's working here in New Zealand. So level 3 says restrict, heightened risk that disease is not contained, measures as travel in areas with clusters or community transmission is limited, educational facilities closed, so all the schools, all the universities closed, mass gatherings cancelled, public venues closed, so like your libraries, your museums, cinemas, food courts, alternative ways of working. So obviously that now means my work has unfortunately closed for the foreseeable future, so that is quite terrifying for me. My fiance and I rent, and he works in hospitality as well, and he's studying, so obviously he can't go to class and he can't work either, so we're both in the same boat. By the time this video goes up, the end of the day that you're watching this, if you're from New Zealand, we will be at level 4. So level 4 is eliminate, likely that disease is not contained, people instructed to stay home, schools closed, businesses closed except for like important services like supermarkets, pharmacies, doctors, hospitals, petrol station, like all those kind of places, rationing of supplies, travel severely limited, all that kind of stuff. So basically New Zealand is now in lockdown and everyone has to isolate, so that's kind of why I wanted to just jump on here and kind of let you guys know what is happening here in New Zealand. We haven't had any deaths as of current, so that's why Jacinda is putting this alert level system in place now, so that she can try and prevent the spread going further, because we've seen from overseas that the spread, it just happens so quickly, and if it's not under control it will kill. Also, I just wanted to say I feel like I'd look very happy in this video. When I was filming this I was just trying to see the positive in light of a bad situation, but I think now that New Zealand is in isolation too, it's very scary. Like the last few days I've been feeling really anxious about the whole thing. I know it's something that I can't control and it won't last forever, but I think just with normal life being disrupted, and obviously with my work closing and Phil's work closing and trying to pay bills and stuff, and with the supermarkets being as empty as they are, like all the rice is gone, cans are gone, flour's gone, bread's gone, pastas, like everything's pretty much gone, like all the baking supplies. I am still trying to see the positives, but I think now that New Zealand is in lockdown for who knows how long, like it's very scary. That's kind of why I wanted to come on here and just let you guys know that I'm now in the same boat as all of you guys that are isolating, so I'm going to be taking these tips on board as well. Carrying on with the video. So I've written down 8 things on my list of just some things that you can do while you're in isolation to make the most of it. Reading them off of my phone, by the way. The first thing I've written down is to try something new / learn a new skill. So whether that is a musical instrument that you have at home that you have always wanted to have some time to learn, or I don't know, whether it is learning to cook, learning to bake, because I'm sure a lot of us have a lot of supplies now in our pantries and fridges. Whether you want to learn a new language, learn to draw. The next thing I wrote down is to binge that TV show / do that movie marathon you've always wanted to do. Now that you're actually at home and you have the time to be able to just do whatever you want, start that TV show that you've always said that you never ever have time to watch, or you know, watch something new. Or if you wanted to do, like for example, a Harry Potter movie marathon or a Twilight movie marathon, I don't know, just do like a whole, I don't know, girls night of movies with your sisters, or a boys night of movies with your brothers. I think now is kind of the time where you can kind of start those shows or watch those movies that you've never ever got around to be able to do, because I know personally for me, I don't really have a lot of time in my day to be able to just sit down and watch a movie or sit down and binge a whole TV show. So when I actually get the opportunities to be able to do it, I really enjoy it. And even if you want to, you could even make a fort in your house and watch the movies while in the fort, and it will take up quite a bit of your time as well, because a movie on average is about what, like an hour and a half minimum, and maybe like an episode of a TV show is like 20 to 40 minutes long. The next thing I've written down is to read. Now I know this is quite controversial for a lot of people, because a lot of people hate reading. I personally absolutely love to read, and there are so many books on my bookshelf. If you've seen any of my home vlogs, then you will know what my bookshelf looks like. It is huge, and I have probably only read about 10% of the books that I actually own. So I really would like to read more if I do get put in isolation, just because I think books are a great way to escape from what's going on. You get to live so many different lives, and you get to live in so many different worlds at so many different time periods, whether that is like dystopian or futuristic or in the past. You just get to experience so much through books. If you don't have access to like an actual soft or hardcover book, you can also go online and use Audible. This isn't sponsored or anything by them, but I just wanted to put it out there that there are apps like Audible that you can download books on. A lot of social influencers have codes and stuff that you can use to get like books free or books discounted. The next thing I've written down is to listen to music / podcast while making meals. So obviously if everybody is stuck at home, obviously you're going to have to cook your meals at home, and I just think listening to music or listening to podcasts while you're doing it is a great way to learn, to continue to be inspired, or to just feel in a really good mood in a time that is kind of a little bit stressful, and it just kind of like helps you kind of get out of your head. It's kind of just like a distraction. And I know personally I love music, I love finding new music, and I love listening to podcasts. The next thing I've written down is to clean, declutter and organize. If you're at home for a very long period of time, it is the best time to get all of those odd jobs done that you just didn't have time to do before. So whether that is cleaning your windows, cleaning your skirting boards, giving your house a good vacuum and dust down, just making sure your environment that you're in is clean, because obviously if your environment's clean you're going to be a lot healthier. And cleaning can take a while, so it can take up quite a bit of your day if you're really struggling with something to do. And again, decluttering is a great thing to do, because I know a lot of us have a lot more than we probably need, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is the perfect time to be able to just have a big sort through of whether it's your makeup or your clothes or your stationery or whatever you like to collect, beauty products, and just kind of just having a look through, seeing what you need, seeing what you don't, and just kind of maybe putting a box to the side of stuff that you can donate when everybody can go back to going outside. And obviously reorganizing is a really good one, whether it's you've always wanted to reorganize your pantry and you've never had time, whether you want to reorganize your linen closet and you've never had time, you want to organize your makeup but you've never had time. Now is the time that you are able to do all those things. The next thing I've written down is to relax, catch up on sleep, and just be on your phone. Go on Instagram, go on Facebook, go on YouTube. Take your mind off of things. I know that a lot of social media actually does have a lot of information about the virus itself, so if you don't feel comfortable going on Instagram or Facebook, that is fine. Go watch someone on YouTube. Catch up on your sleep. If you have coronavirus, it is very important to sleep. You need to let your body heal, and your body tends to heal a lot when it's asleep. Just relax, catch up on sleep. Don't worry about the fact that you're sick, and don't stress about how you're going to pay your rent or how messy your house is or whatever. Just focus on getting yourself better, because if you're sick, it's just kind of your body's way of saying, hey, we've worked really hard and now we just need a break. So it isn't necessarily a bad thing. I know the virus is like a terrible thing, but I'm just saying in general, like when you're sick, it's basically your body telling you that it needs to slow down. The next thing I've written down again is more targeted for if you are well and isolated at home, and that is to work out. So obviously if you are quite a gym nut, or you just like working out and you can't leave your house, you have to work out at home, which isn't actually that difficult to do. There are so many workout routines on YouTube targeting different parts of the body that you can do at home and for like different periods of time. So whether it's like a 5-minute, a 10-minute, a half an hour, a 15. But I do think it is really important to continue to keep up your fitness. And then the last thing that I have written down is games. I love playing games, and I feel like if you're stuck at home, it is the perfect time to whip out the board games, whip out the card games, sit down, take some time, spend some time with your partner or your family or your siblings or your flatmates. Have a nice game, whether it is playing Monopoly, which can take hours, so that's a great like time filler, whether it's a quick game of cards, I don't know, whether you just want to have a laugh and you're playing Cards Against Humanity, I don't know, whatever takes your fancy. Bananagrams, because then it keeps your brain kind of focused and active and learning. I did watch a video from Alfie and Zoe recently, and they talked about all of their favorite games to play, so I'll link that video down below because I feel like that will be very helpful, because I don't have like a games collection video on my channel yet, because I don't feel like I have like a wide enough range of games, but I'm sure most of us have like simple games around the house that we can just whip out. So there we go guys, those are all of my suggestions for things that you can do if you are stuck at home, isolated, protecting yourself from the virus, or if you currently have the virus. Please try and make the most of this time at home. Enjoy the time that you have while you have it, just to be able to relax and recharge and just take a break and not worry about things. I really hope that everybody stays safe, washes their hands, because you can actually be so productive while you're at home. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful. I feel like I'm a bit rambly sometimes, so sorry about that. It's been a while since I've actually like sat down and filmed a video. But yeah, if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn on the notifications, and please check out my social media. It's all linked down below in the description box. Give me a follow, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!